morning, Seattle. It's Wednesday, January 15th. We're looking at a high of 43 and a low of 34 in the Washington state area today, with scattered clouds and a chance of light snow arriving early afternoon.
Welcome to our Kickstarter campaign for The Curve, a documentary thriller examining the first 90 days of the US government's response to the COVID-19 outbreak, when an emerging pandemic became a national catastrophe. Featuring meticulous research and interviews with nearly 24 epidemiologists, academics, experts and journalists, the film is a pulse-racing and emotional exploration of a contemporary tragedy. The film also explores the past lessons learned from the 2014 Ebola outbreak in Western Africa, the 2018 decision to downsize the government's pandemic response team, and the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on African American communities.
A disaster movie that plays out in real time, The Curve stands to be the inside job or Fahrenheit 9/11 of the coronavirus crisis. We began work on this film way back in March, just as the crisis was really starting to hit home, and what we envisioned was this. By capturing interviews remotely, using news footage, archival material, creative CGI, and an original soundtrack, we could work around the restrictions of the lockdown to create a documentary in just a few short months.
We had an incredible reaction when we began showing the movie to buyers during the Toronto International Film Festival last month, with coverage in The Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Deadline Hollywood, and many other news sites. But what we found is that most American networks don't have the ability to show the film before the election, either because it's too politically charged or because they're just not equipped to get something cleared and on air before November the 3rd.
Many of the offers we received were to play the film later this year or in 2021. And this left us with a choice. Do we take the money and make a less impactful film, or do we try to get it in front of American viewers before the election?
What we ultimately decided is this: if you, our Kickstarter backers, help us complete this film in time, then instead of launching the movie into theaters, what we'll do is upload it to YouTube, free of charge, without adverts, for every American to see for the entire 2-week period leading up to the election.
There are two main challenges we're facing in completing the film, both relating to time and money. We use a significant amount of stock footage and archival material, and we need to be able to pay to license all the stock footage.
The second hurdle, and the bigger challenge, is that in order to finish the film and complete it on time and get it on YouTube before the election, we need to be able to complete and render our visual effects. Rendering VFX is an expensive and time-consuming process, and it's really this part, more than any other, that we need the support of our Kickstarter backers to finish.
Aside from licensing and VFX, the film is otherwise complete and ready to go.
The COVID-19 pandemic has fundamentally changed life as we know it. And Americans deserve to understand how and why this happened before they head to the voting booths.
This is a landmark movie capturing a pivotal moment in American history.
And with a battle for the Supreme Court and the entire future direction of the country on the line, this election could really go either way.
We have a few different tiered incentives available for our Kickstarter backers, but the ultimate incentive is this: if you can help us complete this film, then we'll make it available for all Americans to see for 14 days leading up to the election, free of charge. Thank you for your time, your support, and your consideration.